What is going on, crypto enthusiasts? What's going on, Liquidity Citadel? Good morning, YouTube and fam. Another day, another dollar, another time to get the grind going on. Today, we're going to be looking at ETH. As you guys know, massive drop during London sessions, which essentially is good. It's kind of what we were looking for, what we were anticipating. Ultimately making a shift towards bearish moves going forward until we start reaching into those like 1584, 1555 bench levels. We're going to be looking at a couple different coins, some things that came up on the scanner last night. I believe could be a good opportunity for us. And we're also going to be perusing some additional coins that we've been discussing over the last week and a half, seeing if there's any additional opportunities in there for us. Outside of that, I'm hoping you guys are having a great start to your day. Hopefully you guys took profits yesterday, especially if you were long in any reason, and if you were short, more power to you, more blessings to you. Let's dive into the charts here real quick, and let's start with ETH. Give you guys an idea as far as what I'm looking at right now. I see ETH coming down a little bit lower. All right, just getting straight to it, 1584, 1555, 1545 inside of this benchmark. That's kind of what I'm looking at. Now, is there an opportunity that ETH could potentially pop up before it comes down? Yes. And so I'm looking at London session open, which was right around 1695 as far as price point. So if we get to that area, then I'm going to be looking at some shorts for ETH, and then coming back down to the 1584 levels. Right now, a little bit more neutral in the sense of treating ETH. I got some scalp longs. I do have some scalp longs going on ETH right now. I do, considering how New York session opened. Typically, you want to see a sweep of the previous session, which was London, and we went down to 1633. Now, here's the good news. ETH did clear a lot of imbalances that we had just as of yesterday, or that have been created over the last couple of days. This was a good one right over here, the 1706 area. We still have another one that sits right around 1622. This was from last week on the 10th that this was created. Actually, more than a week ago, about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks now. So we still have this imbalance that we need to target. I believe we were looking on a 1 hour and 15 minutes. Let's open that up real quick. Yeah, so a lot of these imbalances over here, this was already cleared, but this one got cleared. This one has yet to be cleared. That's that same one from the 4 hour. It's the 1615. So you can see it on a 4 hour. You can see it on a 1 hour. I will say on a weekly though, we did have a shave bottom to start the week. And so we did clear that. So that kind of points me back towards what I was saying earlier. As far as ETH getting into maybe like 1695 inside of that area and then retracing back down, we could definitely see that. So we do have some short orders as far as positions that were disclosed on the site, roughly around 1667 inside that area. If you took that one, more power to you. Just be prepared in the event that we go to 1695. I wouldn't start panicking and closing positions. I would either DCA your positions up to 1695. If we close above 1695, then the shorts are going to be done, and then we're going to be going a little bit higher, collecting a little bit more liquidity to the upside. If we start breaking against 1695, then for me, then I would be increasing my position as far as shorts go. We do have some funky coins that are out there. One of them is Zora. If you guys were inside VIP, this is something that I was looking at just yesterday. This thing hit like an all-time low. I know nothing about the project. I was just looking at the technical analysis of it. The scanner gave us a short call on it. I did not short it. I was looking at the TPs, and it went exactly and precisely to the TPs that are in there. So that's a beautiful thing to know that the scanner's running in that format with no data that's there. So we have all-time lows that are sitting there from that regard. So right now, looking at doing the opposite of it, I was looking at potential longs on Zora. I did take some positions on it, very small positions, nothing to write to mom about, but really just looking at those positions. And then we have Beat. Beat did pretty well. I actually closed mine last night. I think a couple other guys closed theirs. I chose sleep over the trade, so I did close my position, didn't want to hold it overnight or anything like that. River took a dookie. Wow, this is the first time I've seen River today. Wow, River just completely died. Might look into some longs on that, actually, to be quite honest with you. Let's see if I can get a long on that. This count is invalidated because we've swept and it's broken. So I need to rechart this count for River. Maybe I'll get a 1 out of here and then we'll go that way. Close another one. I wanted to short this one last night. I didn't catch the short. I was sleeping. I think this pumped all the way up to 34 like at 4 a.m. So I'm definitely not awake for that during that time. But that was a juicy short. Juicy short. If you caught that, happy for you on that one. And then Truth was the other one. I believe we were looking at. Where's Truth? Here's Truth. Truth did pretty well. So if you held on to that short from yesterday's stream, you're obviously in profits right now. You're doing pretty well. I think we were looking at that on a 15-minute. Yeah, we kept on breaking against this line. We came back to like entry level areas and then we just torpedoed down. So we can see that we have a clear shelf that sits here. This looks like a clear ABC to me. As a matter of fact, no, this actually looks like a 1, 2, and then we're going to a 3. We'll probably get a 4, and then we're going to get a 5 that's somewhere down here. I'll chart that through the course of the day, what that looks like. And just a reminder, again, everything that I've discussed with you guys so far up to this moment, as far as setups, things like that, everything is posted right inside here. And the scans, you're like, well, hey, I'm not inside Discord or I'm not in VIP or anything like that. Then you need to be hawking the scanner over here because this is where we give a couple of them to you guys absolutely for free. There's no charge for that or anything like that. And neither is inside of the Discord. Hang on, my tea is brewing. Give me a second, guys. So everything's on the site and the scans as well too. If you could just go right into the terminal and come over to the bubble section, you can see the ones that were on there. This will rotate. This will constantly rotate and refresh it. So it's going to update like every 5 minutes or so if there's a new scan or if there isn't. But point behind that is that nobody that at least follows the streams or at least that's inside of our server or in our community is ever curious as to like, I don't know what I'm trading. I don't know what the play is. I don't know what to do. All of the information is there. I think the term is do your own research, right? So we actually provide the research for you to make it a lot easier. But I'll digress. What's going on, chat? What's going on? You can see the challenge trades inside these streams. What up, Sponge? Good morning. Good morning. I already posted that inside Zora, inside of the community, what I was looking at, and you actually have access, Omar. So you gotta do a little bit of due diligence, brother. What's up, Kimberly? Good morning. Good morning. Shout out to you, Kimberly, on some of those fire posts inside of the VIP section. Appreciate that. A residential queen of TA. All right, give me a quick second. My tea is about done. I want to get some of my tea, so just give me a quick second, guys. I'll be here, though. There we go. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Salud. Whew. If you go into the server and you look under the channel that says VIP access, there's a full breakdown of instructions with the exchanges that we utilize. Started the challenge running it on Blofin. I've made a little bit of a transition into Bitunix the better part of this week and finishing it up on there. Dude, hold it 24 hours. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, I've been honestly just I get to a certain point at night where I'm just like just fall asleep, or you know I have activities I need to do, and I end up just hitting close all. I'm like, F it, I'll come back tomorrow. And honestly, that small little transition, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've held overnight positions and, you know, woken up to, you know, green profits, which is great, you know, but then at the same time, right, like I've also woken up to having a stop loss hit overnight, and then it takes my stop loss and then it goes in the direction that I was already positioned in, which can be frustrating first thing in the morning. So I don't want to start my days off that way. I don't want to start my days off going, gosh, let me open up my phone. Please just be green, be green. I don't want to start my day that way. So I've been mainly just closing everything and then going back fresh again. And my sleep quality has increased. And how do I know this? Because I've been snoring a lot more. But I've actually made quite a few changes. The only thing I haven't done, which I genuinely need to do, I need to get my butt back in the gym, like routinely wise. I've fallen off that wagon for a good minute here. Just trying to find the time for it, but I think I can kind of get there going into this month. Yeah, definitely altered, definitely different ball game, 100%. Nah, I used to be a lot bigger. It's AI, bro. It's AI. What you're looking at is AI. Not really me. Mind you, I'm an old man. I'm an old man. You long doge yesterday? Oh, wow. Good, good, good. That's what's up, Kimberly. What's up, Solar? What's going on, brother? So glad that you can bless us with your presence. I'm not in truth right now, so I'm going to go back to Zora. I'm going to keep Zora open here. Man, I really wanted Clo. I like Clo. I mean, I've had good experience with Clo thus so far, me personally. Um, yeah, like I said, I just had good experience with it because it's such a fast mover. So I'm gonna wait for an opportunity to present itself on Clo. Um, in fact, let's kind of look and see what we got brewing on it. I got my ABC. Yeah, I could have called that 1, 2. Then we got 3, 4, and then 5. We can call that. But see, then we got that sweep up there. So that's why I don't want to call that a 5. I got some alarms on this. I need to. Yeah. Got an impulse. I want to see if this thing can get down to like 1.8520. That'd be ideal. I really want to look at this. Yeah, that's what's tricky about this one here. I can get rid of this. I don't need this. Let's examine that a little bit closer. 1, 2. I didn't break below, so I can technically call that a 2. And call all of that a 3. Maybe. It's more like this. I didn't mean to do that. That's the wrong one. See, that's too weak to be a 3. This could be my 3. And now I'm inside my 4. But see, I'm already breaking underneath here. I'm actually already closed underneath here, so I don't think I can even get a valid count on this. Let me zoom out a little bit. Let's go back out. Yeah. You know what? Let's look at it like this. Let's expand this out a little bit. Let's go from there. 88%. You know what? I think I might actually take that. Let me look at one thing. I got volatility on that. That's a 1 hour. Let's go to 4 hours saying. Nah, I gotta wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I think I'm gonna sweep this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sweep that. I'm gonna set a little one at 19,686 for Clo. $9,686. So a small little order on that one. See if that actually sticks. Yeah, it's risky, but we'll see. Because if I lose that line, then I'm most likely coming. I'm gonna sweep this wave right over here, which is wave C, and then I'm probably gonna get into this trend line. I mean, it's been holding thus so far, so let's see if we can actually hold it. Yeah, but close a mover, man. Close a mover. If I wasn't able to be hedged on ETH or anything else, like close my hedge. Damn, I'm almost tempted to get a higher low on that one too. Give me one little push down, please. Let's move some of these alarms around. Where are you positioned? 686. Oh yeah, I forgot. TradingView now lets you set alarms on their. I forgot they let you do that now. But the thing is, they only let you set one for one fib level. That's one of their newest updates. So if that's the case, then actually I'm gonna just go ahead and delete you, and I'm gonna set an alarm on you. Unless I already have an alarm set for you. I need to make sure I don't want to do that twice. I already have one for close. Okay, so I already have one for the weekly lows. So let's see if that sticks. Come back over to Zora real quick. Let me just make sure I'm not tripping that there's additional data and I'm somewhere else on this. All right, let's screw it. Let's just look there. Okay, so I'm not losing my mind. So I don't have additional data, so I've hit all-time lows for Zora. So I got data here. I want to get a notification anytime I enter this box. Beat, yeah, Beat went to our target test. I don't know, Scissors, I don't know if you're here or if you're watching playback, but this is what I was looking at yesterday. I was looking for Beat to touch that weekly high. I closed a little bit earlier. But I'm not looking for any shorts on Beat. I'm only looking for longs on Beat. My concern with Beat is its history of, you know, having your pumps and then you have sideways movement for a minute. I think this sideways movement after that pump, if I can actually get the data on there, that'd be fantastic. So 10 days, 12 hours. And so if I'm going to do something similar to that, right, that puts me somewhere over here. Best believe I'll definitely be looking for longs on it. So looking for longs on Clo. Let's go to River. I gotta restructure this one. Is my work saved? All right. There's a low time frame. Where are you coming from? All right, you belong in here. Did you sweep this though? You swept that. I can't see. Yeah, you swept that, so I can't get a 1 out of that. So then where are we? You still haven't finished your 4, so you're a complex wave 4. You're still inside of a 4. You're a diagonal. That's why you look like that. I did that backwards. Damn, you know what? I mean, I got a stick sandwich going on here. I'm gonna take a small bid here on river. If I can actually find it. There you are. Let me back up real quick before I do that. I want to stick my foot in my... Oh. Yeah, risky. Okay. That's okay. It's the only way you grow. It's just taking risk. Alright, let's go here. If I get another sweep underneath here, then that's my invalidation. 4.361. Oh, that was good. AI agent, could you please explain why is it so hot these days? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't have a viable response for that. So that changed my trading journey in a good way. Honestly, getting liquidated. It's gonna happen to everybody at some point. That was a real eye-opener for me. It really helped me understand my level of greed. When I should have took profits, when I should have got rid of losers. And most people are probably not going to tell you that. They're probably going to tell you like what you're looking for, like a book or anything like that. Like, I mean, in this space, man, it's you versus you. You know, if I'm reading a book or if I'm using a strategy, I'm pretty sure someone has either read the same thing. So I'm adopting some other people's philosophies. You know, when you're up against you, you know, nothing else matters in the sense of like other books or other people's strategies. It's, you can have all the strategy in the world, but if you don't know how to address yourself, your own fears, your own greed, your own paralysis, none of those strategies are ever going to matter. So I remember the first time I was liquidated, it hit me hard. It hit me hard. Put me in a funk, really. And I didn't even lose that much in compared to some positions that I've lost before in the past. I've lost like 6 times that amount in one position one time. But it was the sheer fact that I literally took an account from X all the way down to 0 without bumping the brakes at all. So the amount of arrogance behind and pride behind that setup really forced me to kind of take a step back and be like, yo, you don't know crap. You don't know crap. And it wasn't about strategy, saying like I don't know anything about strategies. I mean, my strategies were irrelevant if I had zero risk management. And so that was a big eye opener for me personally. Yeah, I mean, dude, some people get liquidated and they still don't learn. Yeah. Trading is that one sport because, in my opinion, I feel like it is a sport because you release the similar chemicals in your brain that you would release when you are playing a high level sport. So it is that one sport where you'll find out about yourself real quick. Real quick. I think I've shared it before, right? Like there's what's called an emotional cycle of change. I shared this with a lot of people, but you can adopt it to anything. So like when you're starting off trading for the very first time, like you have uninformed optimism, and you start off with like, oh, I'm gonna make so much money, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna follow this person, da 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 da. And you know, maybe it works out a little bit, but then you start going into your losing streak, and you've never experienced a losing streak, especially as a new trader, or maybe you've been trading for a while and you've never actually had a losing streak. The point being is that every trader goes through a losing streak. If you're doing this full time, or if you're doing this for a long time, you know, you're going to go through a losing streak. It happens. It's when you go through that losing streak, you know, two things happen, right? Because, well, several things happen, but I'll kind of give you an order. When you get into that losing streak, then you start having doubts. You start doubting your setups. You start doubting the market. You start doubting if this is even for you. And then you start pushing yourself into what I call is the valley of despair. And in that area, those are the two things that can happen. You can either quit, just stop trading, and you're like, yeah, this is not for me, and then move on to something else. Maybe you go into start placing bets against horses, or if it's going to rain today, or what the weather is on Kashi, like something retarded like that. Or you figure it out, you take a step back and really identify where your weaknesses are, and then you start pushing forward. And then when you start pushing forward, it doesn't automatically mean you're profitable. It now means that where you began first was uninformed optimism. You went through a valley of despair and you push up. Now you have what's called informed optimism. You know what that looks like, not market wise and strategy wise. You know what you look like when you are up in the green, or if you're down in the red. You know how that's going to impact you and affect you. And so then you implement your process of either to tame greed or to get rid of losing positions. And then the more you start conditioning yourself with that, you start building the attitude, you start building the desire, you start building the skill sets, then the behavior changes. Once that behavior changes, then you move into a level of success. So if you're looking on a piece of paper here, and I usually draw this out, if you start off with uninformed optimism and you come down, and so it has like this bowing action, and as you come up, you get to success. The point being is that you never go from uninformed optimism to success. You must go through that valley, and that can be applied towards anything: new relationship, new car, new home, new location, new city, whatever. We're just applying that here in the context of trading, that through that process, that emotional cycle of change, you'll learn who you are. And I'd say more than 50%, I'd say it's 7 out of 10 people usually quit. When they get to that valley of despair, they just quit. Or they quit, take a break, they come back, and the cycle starts all over again. They start again at uninformed optimism. They get to the valley of despair. They never learn how to push through. This is why you'll see some individuals on a deeper and longer losing streak, is because they're in that valley of despair and they're doing the same things. What do they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. So they're in that valley of despair, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and they're never seeing any change or any results. And for that reason, like I said, they'll continue to be there, or they'll quit, or they'll make the change. They'll develop the attitude for change. They'll develop the desire to change. They'll develop the skill sets that come with the change. They'll develop the behavioral patterns that support that change. And nobody can do that. Like, I can't do that. I can talk to you on streams all day long. I can give you private mentorship. I can give you setups all day long. None of that, all of that's irrelevant. That's why I was saying, like, the best thing that's ever taught me is being liquidated, because you get that ugly picture in your face of going, yeah, you did that. Not a strategy, not somebody else. You did that. No, I don't. I trade based on what the market gives me and what I feel comfortable with. How much are you willing to lose? Go with that and take half of that. That's your position margin. I need to grab something. I'll be right back. What advice would you give someone who just follows setups from people? For you instance, initially I couldn't make myself profitable from those. Now I've overcome that following you since scalpbacks. Well, one, I appreciate the follow, and I appreciate the support. I do. Second, what I would recommend is, if you're going to follow anybody, you want to try to emulate their style, their strategy, so that way you can start coming up with your own setups in your own plays. Right, because what if the streams are not there? What if the X account gets closed? You know, what if somebody retires and they're like, hey, I'm not doing trading anymore? Then you got to ask yourself, like, well, now I got to go and find someone else to get a setup. So if you're going to follow anybody, I would dive into what their strategy looks like, so that way you can start putting your pieces together, and maybe even having counter arguments, right? Saying, okay, well, I understand. I'll use myself as an example. Let's say that you understand my strategy and you're trading my same strategy, but you're looking at something a little bit different. Like, I think Sane is off on here. I think this is the swing point, or I think this is the pivot point, or I think this is where the wave is at. And you very well may be right. I'm wrong 30% of the time. Based on my stats, I'm wrong 30% of the time. So that would be my recommendation. If you're going to follow anybody, try to adopt and learn their strategy. Like, really submerge yourself in it. Inside of our site, we actually offer some free education for you guys. So you guys have some context to work with. And you're actually going to find that right over here under education. There's several different videos that you can watch. It's kind of like what I just explained here about the emotional aspect of trading, a little bit about harmonics, some support, and resistance ideas, volume dynamics, which a lot of people don't understand how to read volume. So there's a good video on volume. A couple of different strategies. This will help you with trend, DMI, directional moving index. And so all that's here. And there's even more inside the server once you're a VIP, or if you have a Citadel Pro founder member role. There's even more education that's in there under the resources, from fib levels to Elliott waves to price action to dynamic volume tools, like you name it. There's a whole litany that's in there. All this stuff is free. And to go even further, there's even more context. We actually have a library full of books. So if there's a strategy you want to read upon, I believe we have over like 170 different books that are in there. You can download them. They're in PDF format, save them, do whatever you want with them. They're yours, but they're all free. They're, you know, I've personally taken the time to structure all this for you guys. You know, not to sound braggadocious in any way, shape, or form, but I enjoy teaching. You know, that's where my heart is at. You know, that I believe that's how God designed me to have the heart of a teacher. So a lot of the technical aspect that I'm somewhat savvy with, I've built it around education to provide you guys with that education. I didn't have any of that stuff when I got started in crypto trading. I did have mentors in the financial world that helped me understand charts, but nowhere near in depth to what I know now today. And so I had to learn this trial and error, losing. And so, not that I don't think that was fair. Those were my stripes. That's how I earned my keep, if that makes sense. I've put in the 10,000 hours plus into this. And so all I do is I really break that down to kind of fast track that for you. It doesn't mean that you're not going to lose. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have losing streaks. I'm just trying to shave some of those corners off for you, so you don't have to go through spending more time on understanding this one thing and why it's important. I put it right there in front of you so you can be like, okay, this is what I need to learn. This is the pieces that I'm missing. Great odds, 30%. Yeah, I think they're okay. I push myself every month. I try to do a little bit more. Yeah, it could be your internet. I don't know what. So one thing, you know, I'll tell you guys when I'm long. I'll show you my positions where I'm at. Please don't ask me the same question if I've longed, if I'm short, or like, pay attention. That's where it comes down to. You have to pay attention. If you go into, you know, a college course and someone's in the middle of teaching, you come in late, that professor, that teacher's not going to stop and like, oh, welcome here. Let me back up and explain everything. That's not fair to the other students that are there. So if you miss something, if you don't understand something, then there's a little rewind button. Rewind, watch, catch up. Something I can recommend. And I'm sure that may sound dickish. That's not my point. It's just I get asked that question probably like 17,000 times a day when all the information is already there. No, to be an expert at anything in life, you have to do it at least 10,000 hours. That's how you get the belt of I'm a professional at whatever it is. To be an expert at anything, you had to do it for at least 10,000 hours. Let's see if River will give me an ad. I got like this little stick sandwich going on right over here. It can go against me. Yeah, the numbers are well, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, those are TD9 sequentials. So if you're referring to these, that's TD9 sequential. It's a candlestick strategy. So it's real time. So I utilize that. L8 waves, where you see the waves and you see the numbers. And you see stuff like that. That's for price prediction because the market moves in waves. I'm gonna leave River the way it is. I want to focus here on ETH. It's stuck in this abysmal little range right here. We got London session right here, London session low, and then London session high. We got to sweep one of them. We sweep it, then I'd look for the long. We sweep above, then I'd look for the short. Positioning yourself, you know, in between is risky. It is. Why is this not showing me my damn position on the chart? That's retarded. Thank you. I didn't add to River. I wanted to, but I didn't. I'm just waiting. I want to see what this does. If it gives me another sweep down here, which is 4.322. I set some limits on ETH at 1652, and I have limits on Clo, which I already went over on Clo. Yeah, just waiting for Clo. River, I want to see if River can come down a little bit more. Zora, I'm okay with Zora. So remain the ones that I'm, and actually I haven't, look at beat. I won't touch it. Like if it starts doing that, I'm not going to long it. Because this thing moves so volatile. If I miss it, I miss it. If someone's in it, Praise God. You're looking at 1695 as wave one. Oh wait, okay. I think I see what you're saying. You're looking at the same setup as this being wave one, and this move down being wave two. Yeah. Because technically, I think we came to 618. Let's open up 618 on that. Yeah, we came to 618. So it's in wave two territory. It is. It's in wave two territory. Which means that next move is going to be awesome. I can get rid of this. We no longer need that. These are the levels that we're really focused on right now. These, and then we lose these. This becomes the levels that need to hold. Really looking at this potential double bottom. If you get a sweep, so you set your stop loss below the sweep. Usually go like 30 pips from the sweeps. So you'd be looking at 1600. I want to break out of this. That's what I'd be looking for. If it doesn't happen there, then, you know, this gets adjusted. Because I'm inside of wave two, and then I won't touch shorts for a while. Yeah, there's River. I was waiting for River to do that. So if I can get a small little ad here on River. I'm testing these levels for River. Zora's not... Zora's not bad. Let's just wait for Zora. Alright, let's see if River can hold that. This is ETH. Let's mark this off because we don't have that. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, do me a solid, please. Please hit the like button. It definitely helps the channel altogether. I'm doing my best to expose to larger audiences. Where's 30? Where's 30? Here's 30. You're 30? Are you 30? You're 30. So I'm going to change you to yellow. And I need another one of you. All right. You're my New York session. So broke above, closed right on it, pushed above it, closed above it. So from a technical perspective, this would be considered bullish retest. Because it already broke above it once, so you really need to see that it holds this area. You may even get a sweep into this. And so shave bottoms have all been cleared, but shave heads, this shaved head over here, I was anticipating this one to be at least cleared at some point. This one right here needs to be cleared. This one was already cleared, but we have two that sit right here, and then we have a third one right here. That puts us all inside of internal structure though, so all this internal structure. For the Liquidity Citadel Suite indicator, some of you guys are asking, there are literally 3 spots left for it. That's for this indicator right over here. Some of you guys have posted inside the request area. It is on my list of to-dos today, so you guys will be getting taken care of. But for anybody that's curious, wants access to it, all that's posted inside of the server, how you can gain access to it. Truth? I'm not trading Truth right now, but let's take a look. What did it cross? It crossed a low. Yeah, that was a good short. So Truth just crossed a low. If anybody's still holding that position from yesterday, or maybe nobody even took it, I don't know. But it was quick gains on it. Shave bottom on a 15 minutes, so we're definitely coming back down to that area. Yeah, I don't think there's enough liquidity built up here inside this area. All right, because you can see where the shave bottoms were, right over here. This cleared it, but you know, that was just one wick. So I'm thinking we revisit this area a couple more times. That's my thinking. That's my thinking. No, actually, I don't. I don't get into soccer. I don't think it's a bad sport. It's the only like global sport. I've never gotten into it, man. My kids love soccer, but I know nothing about it. At least to have a intelligent conversation about it. I'm a basketball guy. Which, Sniper, I know you're here, bro, but I have not been following the playoffs at all. So un-American of me, right? Yeah, football. Sorry. Yeah, that just tells you how much I didn't follow. I'm gonna de-risk on my ETH long here. And let the rest ride. Because I'm getting to the top of that New York session high, and I have a shaved bottom right there. So it could be a good scalp. Yep. ETH is predictable right now, which is good. It's following TA. It's not being manipulated yet. Yeah, I might watch a draft tonight. Well, that just shows how much I watch it. Soccer, football here is obviously different. Let's get to 1695 first and figure it out. It sure has. But now that we have the scanner, you guys can see that obviously I'm trading more setups. You know what we haven't looked at? We haven't looked at USDT. Oh, look at you. Never even cleared that 9. Bugger. You can tell me your wave B was never done. I mean, you went to a 618. I mean, that would be ideal if you could just break there. I need to check on River. What's River doing? River's probably going to give us a sweep, man. What do I have to the left? All this liquidity inside here. Yeah. I'll cut River if River drops. It's not that important. Yeah. If it doesn't hold there, then I get a breakdown. I'm good. Small little liquidity pocket right here. Either you hold or you die. Pick one. Come on, clear the imbalance. 2 fair value gaps in between here. Yeah. Somebody's playing with it. Bro, I'm about to cut Zora. Zora's doing absolutely nothing. Correct. I scale out of the position some. Because it's not giving me the response that I'm looking for. And we have reasons to come back down. Because we have a shaved bottom here. Sure, we have shaved heads here, but this is closer in proximity. So I'd rather just de-risk here, take some profits there, let it come back down, and then look for an add back. You know, on this 15-minute, there's not a shaved bottom here, but there's very thin liquidity right here. Open 1641. Yeah, it's a 3-cent differential. So not surprised if I come down to 1640. Zora finally make a move down. Thank you. River is fighting for its life, bro. Gonna get on Zora. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna let it come to me. I'm not gonna force it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna set another limit for ETH in this 1640 range, 1640, 77 inside that area. I'll be entering with intent where the intent level is at, and then there's liquidity inside of here. So I'm not surprised if we get into this like a sweep into here, but I'm setting my level with the intent, you know, because this was the move down. This is where we closed, this is where we opened, and this is the area that we held. So bullish intent is showing us that area. So I would set my limits around where the intent is. What was that? 1640.17, I think it was. Something like that. That's 41. Let's get some accuracy on that. 41.22. Yeah, 1641.22. So new candle in Zora, okay. Oh, that'd be interesting. Give a sweep here and then push up. That would be nice. That'd be kind. Ah, come on. Bro, just clear it. Just clear it. Some arts and crafts for us today, guys. It's a 3-month session. I work with you for 90 days. We meet 3 times a week for an hour. There's video courses that are included in it. We run private challenges. And we run pre-market analysis on the days that we meet. So we meet before the market opens. And it's 90 days of one-on-one working together. Zora finally came into my box. All right. Zora touched my box. That sounds inappropriate. Zora came into the box. All right, and River also took a little dive. There it is. There's that sweep. Let's come to River real quick. Let's see if I can get something on River. And then I need to check ETH. Did ETH? Okay, ETH swept that. That's fine. Zora. Need a position on Zora. Zora came back into the box again. Oh no, that was River. Okay, so that's cleared. I need to focus on Zora real quick. I'm gonna wait for Zora again. I just don't trust that move just yet. Excuse me. You can just DM me, man. We can go into discussion about it. I can walk you through what the prices are, what's included. Yeah, we have 3 positions that are built so far. And wait for Zora to get there, and then ETH. ETH is holding that. Come on, 1641. That's what we're looking for. Ooh, River took a little nosedive. Look at that. Yeah, River took a nosedive. You must be new here. You just gotta watch, man. When I flip to that screen, you'll see them. So that looks like a potential flag breakout. Yeah, River's probably gonna be killed here in a second. And positions are posted on the site first thing in the morning. I'm a little hesitant on River. River looks like it has a flag breakout. That looks like it's probably going to tank. So I'm not adding to River. I'm still holding River. I'm just not adding to River. I want to see how this candle finishes in the next 6 minutes. Because somebody's probably going to ask me, that's the site. If I can pull back up into here, this level, then this was a sweep. But if I'm closing underneath there, then that's bearish intent. ETH created that balance here. Remember, this is still on the table, so there's limits that are down here at 1641 area. This is why I de-risked when I got over here in this area, because precisely what I was saying, I was like, we're probably going to come to here, and then we got to clear this imbalance. But there's still thin liquidity here. There's not an imbalance here. It's just like 3 cents differential here on this candle. And then we still have London session low, which is subsequently the weekly low. Zora had a little bounce, okay. My main focus is right now is ETH and River. I want to see how they perform here. ETH I feel a little bit more confident about as far as like targets and areas. River is the one I'm most hesitant about. Because if we get back to, let's say, this area right over here, yes, we'll have a sweep, but we're still having this breakout over here. You can see it a little bit better here, I believe, from this perspective. See, we're breaking out of that. So on a 1 hour, I need to see that it pulls back into here, and then the next candle will be confirmation. The short call this morning was 1667. It hasn't hit TPs yet. 1633 was the first TP for it. From the short. How are you not a shaved head? Oh, I don't have them on. That's why. Derp, derp. Yeah, there's a shaved head that sits right here. Right, so like if price comes here, let's just say price comes here and can't break this area with surge or volume, then we're coming right back. It's just going to clear the shaved head. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Good luck, Kimberly. Good luck. Because there's no liquidity there. Price action moves with liquidity. And there's no liquidity there. There's a form of manipulation there. Price action is attracted towards liquidity. That's where the magnets are. So in a sense, it creates a balance in the market. There goes River. River on the dump. Yep. So they're showing us intent here on 15-minute. If I can find the horizontal. They're showing us intent there. Liquidity here, closed here, open, closed above, came in, retested intent. That's somewhat positive. I want to enter on the intent. I feel a little bit more comfortable entering with the intent. That's an impulse candle. That's an impulse. That's why it's bright green like that. It's an impulse candle. Everybody, including myself, entered on intent. Yep, again, hitting that brick wall. It's just a reason to de-risk on ETH if you're long on ETH. Let's look at CoinGlass real quick. Actually, let's look at TapeSurf. Let's see what's going on with TapeSurf. Jeez, there's a shelf at 53 for BTC. That's no bueno. That's no bueno. And now they're rejecting where that intent was. Something gonna happen. Push a button, something gonna happen. Yeah, I want to see what River does here, man. If River can actually be a mover. That's me building on River. It's super risky. I wouldn't blame anybody who doesn't take it. Zora's not moving. I'm like 2 seconds away from just cutting Zora. Yeah, it keeps breaking against that intent, so... Oh, Clo just opened. Clo just opened, Clo just hit. Yeah, and Clo's not working. Close coming down hard. Let's see if I can get a move on Clo. Clo, look at you. You're so pretty. Clo moves so aggressively. It's a quick scalp for a Clo. Okay, everything just bounced. I don't know what's going on. ETH, what did ETH just do? Oh, ETH just moved up. Okay. Okay. That's where I'm at right now. That's what I'm working with. Look at your chart, bro. Look at your chart. Where's ETH at real quick? All right. Skim a little bit off of that. River. Still don't trust you, but that's okay. And close a good mover. Let's go to 1 hour. Excuse me, 1 hour. Yeah, you're holding that 0.88. Please hold that 0.88. You hold that 0.88, I go into a 3. If I can get a 3 out of that, that'd be fantastic. Zora's right back down again. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm like 2 seconds away from closing Zora. You'll be in price discovery. If Clo goes the distance, you'll be in price discovery. So to give you a solid answer, I'm like where it's going to go, there's no data there. Mathematically, it would put us in price discovery. Small margin on Clo, just because Clo moves so fast. I don't need a large margin on that one. What is going on, ETH? What are you doing? Look at you. Look at you, Pikachu. So I was right in that regard. Broke the New York session high. Close, close, close. Then all this was bullish retest. And there should be really no reason why it needs to come back and test this. I mean, the target should be here. That's the most makes sense area for ETH right now. Look at Clo go. Jeez, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? You happy? Look at that. Zora. Bro, I mean, I like the position. It's just, it's such a slow mover right now. So we just swept the 1667s, all those areas. Excuse me. For the sake of focus and concentration, I'm gonna close Zora. Closing in profits, nothing much. It's like $9 really. But I'd rather just focus on some other coins here, some that are actually moving. Just give it a second so I can close out an optimal area. Look at Clo. Clo, you're nice. Zora's trying to stretch a little bit, trying to stretch its legs a little bit. You see, Zora needs to break this on the lower time frames. It needs to break that. If I can't break it, then I'm just gonna cut it. River's coming right back down again. Yep. So same thing, that like this area is becoming like an intent area. And then all of this, obviously this is liquidity inside of here. We got a nice impulse, so you did get a 9. that's out here inside this area. Let's do this though, because I think there's a 9. I think that's a 9 failure if I'm reading that correctly. Yeah, you got a 5 underneath, so you got a 9 failure. So likelihood that you're going to revisit that area is greater than 50%. ETH on the way back down, of course. Why wouldn't you? All right, I'm gonna skim off of River, because I have a feeling that we're coming right back over here for River. ETH is somewhat performing. This is going to be your area here. Like you lose that, then we'll probably come here. We'll probably come here. So you can set your stop losses and profits. Hey, you got to close above it. That's good. It's on a 15-minute. You got to close above it. But you also got a fair value gap that's in there. So don't panic. Right? If it does that. But if it does that and closes underneath here, then just cut bait. Everybody should be in profit as if they close here inside this area. You may not have made the profits you want. I de-risked already on it. Once we had this initial move, I de-risked on it. Look at Clo. Look at Clo. I'm gonna take some off at the top for a Clo as well here. There you go. Just left a little runner for Clo. So if Clo decides to come back down, I'll have more margin to throw back at it. Excuse me. Yeah, and ETH is coming right back down. There goes Zora again. Zora's a small margin, so I'm really not stressing it. It's more of being a pain. These are the two front runners right now. ETH and River. That's Zora. Zora came back down again. That's fine. Close. I already stripped some off profits off of that, so I want to see if that we can hold this. Get a nice little runner on that one. Oh. The only way this works is if the USDT is done here for a B, but it has all this room over here to come up to. That will absolutely tank ETH. The short is still valid. The short that we gave this morning, it's still valid, just as an FYI. I'll pin it to the top. Thank you, Sniper. But I also pinned it to the top too. It's the learn section. Later, brother. Thank you for being here today. When you got buy side liquidity at 0.25 for Clo. You want to target liquidity. That's what you want to target. You guys have these tools. You just gotta utilize them. It literally puts it on the chart for you. And it even goes a step further. Even if you needed a setup, it'll actually show you setups for you. So if you were shorting this area, this would be your stop. And long score, no, so just a scalp. Nothing is printed thus so far. Showing liquidity where it's below, showing where liquidity is above. Yep, there goes ETH coming right back down. Oh, that's just a loss of strength on a 1 hour. Yeah, bearish dominance is still here, so just scalp it. Bearish dominance is still here. You might get a scalp here on a 1 hour or a small little intraday. I think best case scenario is just getting something to here, and then we come right back down. What might be my best performer yet? Let's see what Beat's doing. What is? Oh damn, Beat's at 1.9. See ya, Saint. No soup for you. And imagine I was long from right here last night. It's all good though. I'm not whining. Just had a good position on it. Yeah, there goes River. So I de-risk on River. Come on, River. Give us another flush. Yeah, I'm at my capacity for 4 pairs. I haven't even looked at the scanner this morning. Yeah, the scanner today has given us 94 opportunities. Holy cow. 94 setups. Whether they hit or they didn't. 94 today alone. I was just checking the logs on it. Okay. All right. Struggling with this area. I see you. I see you, River. I see you, but I really want you to come down here. And then there goes ETH. No, 26. Okay. So they're running out of some steam here. That's only on a 15-minute though. Okay. Whew. You shouldn't have tested that line. That made no sense for you to do that. You've already tested, you've already broke, you've tested it 1, 2, 3, you tested it 3 times. And then you got this fair value gap that sits right over here. What's to the left of that? Okay, I can see retesting resistance. Okay, what is 1695 taking to? I'll take that. What am I looking at? Zora right now? Yeah, Zora. Come on, Zoro. You're the only one not performing today. Curious if you guys actually took any of these trades today. Come on, Zoro. I'm on Zoro. Lee. Not a good look for ETH. Not just chilling and hanging out there. I think all the big boys are done now. There goes River. Come down a little bit lower, please. Come down in this area. Oh, really? Oh, really? What are you gonna do? A 15-minute, whatever I have here. Okay, developing. Yeah, but see, 4 hour, the problem with that is that 4 hour has this, and I'm gonna get conflicting messages here. I mean, technically, when you're trading sessions, you wait for this to read long, but I don't trust that for an ad. Is that even possible? Let's see. Maybe. Just don't know where B's going. Give me a quick second, guys. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking we come right back to this like 1653 area. Like if we're going to be bullish and hold this inside this range. Like super bullish would be holding this area right here, the New York open high. But if I'm going to go into a wave B here, because I already got my 5 impulse here, 1, 2, it's more over here, but it's fine. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, there. This thing just does not want to move. Yeah, I don't like that right either right there. We're gonna be here for a little while on river. We're gonna be in this area for a little while. Yep. Hmm. Nice, a couple of you guys got in. That's what's up. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I'll map this when it actually occurs. Right now there's nothing on that. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's why Glow makes so much more sense. Let's do something real quick. Let's go to 4 hour. Let's look at dynamic real quick. Sheesh. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, I like this. Let's throw in something else real quick. Convincing 25. Bro, that would be amazing if it did that. Sweep London high. Find support off of it. Come into the POC. I still have this though. I still have that. But if I can get into this area, I'd clear a balance here. Yeah. It's still very much on the table. There's a little bit more to the upside here. 2, 3, okay. 1, 2, 3. So that would take it all in levels. Okay. That'd be my first cluster. River just hit an alarm. What alarm did you hit? Oh, I need to move you. It's great that you hit that level, but I really need to know. Let's see. I have a love-hate with this paintbrush tool. I've done 239 so far today. A little bit of a slower day. We'll see where we finish for the day. Stream wise. We got like another hour together. A little bit less than a little bit an hour. You're in a short for New York Open. Ooh. Close writing. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, I really like Chloe, man. Like Chloe's a good performer. Especially if you wait for it. One of the reasons why I like Chloe is like you can wait for it, it's gonna come to that level. I think it rewards patience the most, in my opinion. Oh, look at that, bro. Is that a 15-minute close right above that? Boy, a dogfight right here, man. Dogfight on that New York Open high. By the powers that be, we command you to pump. Yeah, I'm telling you, big dog right there. I think there's a good amount of shorts that are opening on that. What's up, Peter? Good day, good day. Yeah, I've already taken some profits off of Clo. My liquidation is non-existent on Clo. Like I have no liquidation on it, so it's not really break even for me. It's more of looking for add backs. If you have a liquidation, then yes, set your stop loss to break even if you've already taken profits. Oh, there goes ETH. Coming right back down. Can you please come to 1640s? That'd be fantastic. Keep dropping ETH. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's where that first box is. That's funny. 66 million that sits right there. Want to get some of the internal structure rate on that. I mean, there's not much down here, man. Just clear space there, 1695. Yeah, it's a little bit of a shelf, but we'll take that. This kind of opens the door for this right here. Good old Zoro. $00703. Yeah, that might be our next target for Zoro. That's crazy. 618 sits right out New York, London session open. That's probably gonna be Asia. What time is it? Yeah, I mean PM session just began. Let's see the PM session, where the PM session takes us. That the dash line is a PM session. So New York AM session is a solid. It's that time of the day where it gets boring. I got a shaved bottom right here. Oh, look at Chloe. Bro, what are you doing? Look at you, man. Look at Chloe. Chloe don't care about anything. Chloe's on its own planet, man. I'm gonna see if I can get something in on Zora. Yeah, let me see if I can squeeze something in on Zora here. Yeah, I'm gonna take profits on Chloe. Little beast. You little beast, you. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna close Chloe. For me personally, I'm just gonna take the profits here. I'm good with it. I'm happy with it. Did its job. That was an easy run on Chloe. I'll wait for another move on Chloe. I like Chloe. And if it keeps going, it keeps going. Like, more power to you. Nice moves on Chloe. Let's see if it gives any type of additional retest. I think Chloe did. What did Chloe do? 154? It was a small margin too, man. It was like I think like a $40 margin. Zora. I'm not liking you, Zora. I don't know what VV is. Is that VVV? I'm not familiar with that one yet. I'll take a look at it here in a moment. No, Zora's getting back into that box. I want to see how it performs in that box. Glow might outperform. Glow might go to another all-time high. I just took profits just because that's me. I'm just disciplined in that sense of like, oh, I'm happy with the profits. I'm happy with it. Right now it's testing the bottom of a what was a previous support area. They're going to try to flip it into resistance. And that's what we're approaching. That's why I closed mine. Zora might get cut. 22 to loss on Zora for me. Yeah, I see close test in this area right here. What was support that took us to these levels? It's testing that right now. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And then Chloe has this, what appears to be a shaved bottom over here. Yeah. Zora's back inside the box. Where's Zora at? Zora's back inside that box. Look at Chloe go. Look at Chloe go. Watch Chloe just boomerang up. Zora. I'm gonna wait for one more to come down in here for Zora. Dun, 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 dun. River came back down again too. Yeah, there it goes. Let's see what I can do here on Zora, man. That was easy. All right, I need to focus on Zora now. Chloe was good. I want to wait to see how Chloe reacts inside of here, if I can hold above here. I mean, I scalped short Clo just here a minute ago. It was like 2 minutes. I didn't give the call for it because I was just testing it on my own. But it moves like that. So I took profits, then scalp short it. I think I did like another $50 on it. So Clo today is, you know, profit wise, it's in the 200s. It's Zora that I need to drill down on. So you guys got to start making your assessments. Yeah, wrong section. Come on, Zora. Kinda need you to do something, Zora. I'm getting tired of you, man. I'm getting tired of you. And I can't get anything on River either. Nothing I feel comfortable with. Impatience is growing on that one. Yeah, it was a decent short on Clo. I've already got it though. It was just a scalp for me. Right now I'm only in ETH, Zora, and River. I'm gonna send an alarm for Chloe when we get here to this area. I think I still had 16 on my chart from earlier, but that already performed, so I'm gonna remove that one. And we'll just use this one right here. Yeah, we're looking for that shaved bottom area. What'd you do, ETH? What'd you do on a 15-minute? Nothing. Nothing, burger. Oh, somebody asked me for VVV. I don't know what that is, but I'll see if I can find it. So I don't have it there. And they only have a spot. I'm assuming that's what this coin is right here. Venice token? Oh, it's definitely got a good parabolic move. Am I charting the right coin for you, Peter? Is that the one you're looking at? I'll wait for you to respond. I started doing some work on it. Somebody's not even here. That's how I would treat it. Then it's the clo just dropped. I knew it. Oh man, I knew that thing would do that. I'll go back to VV in a second. Man, if I would have held that short, that would have been great. That's fine though. I definitely did good on the TP though. The TP was good. See if I can get a long in there. Let me see if I can get a long in there. I need to go to clo. Will you give me one? I'm gonna go small on that. Let me see if Clo can hold this. We just cleared that imbalance. It might puke though. Look at Clo, man. Clo is hilarious, bro. Clo is hilarious. Zora's the one that's a pain in the butt right now, man. I need Zora to get out of this little funk that it's in. Yeah, I'm just gonna scalp. I'm gonna scalp Clo. Clo is absolutely hilarious. And I don't go in heavy on Clo. Like, just, I mean, I could, but I just don't. You can literally like flip like 30 bucks into like 150 bucks in minutes. I had a great run on it over the weekend. Can I fat finger eat to 1800? Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Sniper. Well, ETH's got a little bit of a move. Something's going on. It held that PM session low, back above New York open high. Let's see what it wants to do. I mean, from a heat temperature perspective, I mean, we have a massive cooldown. Obviously, this is a 15-minute. And then kind of running cool here. So we're not running really hot on these lower time frames. I think on an hour, though, on an hour, it's still kind of cool, too. So let's see how that performs. Let's go back to Clo real quick. Zora is my only coin that's not performing today. It's brand new for me too, so excuse me. It's the only one that's not performing. Or close on something else, dude. Close on its own planet, man. Yeah, see, it's trapped inside of this right here, which leads me to believe that the lower band is going to get touched. It needs a break out of this area. And it'll probably be a false breakout, if anything. That's usually how crypto works. You'll probably get like a false breakout and come right back down into here. All the people that are going to long the breakout, it's going to flush them down in there. I just want to see it get a clean break so I can dump it already. But that's Zora. Yeah, Clo. Look at Clo. Close on its own thing right here. I think next stream I'll probably just do Clo and ETH, so we can actually get movement on these things. I may not even do ETH, to be honest with you. It's irritating. All right, so you held New York open PM session low. You broke above New York AM session high. You're kind of flirting with that area still. You got your PM session over here where you created that session high altogether. So those are session highs. Here are session lows for New York. We got session lows for London here. We got session highs for here. So we're literally like stuck inside of this, all in this. We're just stuck. So either a great deal of patience or wait for something else. Close right back down again. Yeah, Zora is something special here. Zora's like chopped in this little range on like a lower time frame. Go to 8 minute. See, it's just chopping in here. The box is being, we got an impulse coming. Come on. Yeah, we got an impulse on an 8 minute. That's brewing. I'll probably end up longing the impulse wherever it goes to. Probably somewhere inside this box. Come on. Come on, lower. Do it. Oh! That's the wrong direction. You need to come lower. River's getting beat up a little bit too. Let me see if I can get something here on. That's a 1 hour. What I got going on here? Alright. Yeah, you can come down a little bit lower. It's fine. I swear I'm about to kill Zora. It has done absolutely diddly squat. There it is, finally. There's Zora. What I was looking for. Come on. A little bit lower, my friend. I don't know why it does that. Hang on for a second, I gotta refresh. ETH is on the way back down too. Yep. Everything shifted red. No reprieve. Same thing on Zora. The Zora drop more, and need Zora to drop a little bit more. What did USDT do just now? USDT is still flirting with that line. Where are you going, Chloe? So Beat had a little move up. Not Beat. Chloe had a little move up. Okay. It came right back down. Yeah, close in a fight right now. There you go, Zora. That's what we want. That's what we were looking for. Thank you. That's what we were looking for. Now we need to see this pull back up so it can activate us as a sweep. I need to check on Clo. ETH doing the same thing too. Yep. Broke below PM session low. Zora's at an all-time low. So price discovery for it at the time being right now. It's a risky trade, don't get me wrong. You want to see if this was the actual bottom for it though. He's getting hit hard too. USDT hasn't moved. So either we have divergence or we have an extreme delay on USDT. Zora swept its low. We don't know. We need to know if that's the new low that it's going to set, or if it still has more juice in it. Excuse me. Same thing for ETH. Well, not same thing, but ETH is also moving down. Yeah, Zora wants more. Yeah, I think I'm done with Zora. I'm done with Zora. Didn't perform. Took a stop loss for me. Lost 54 on that one. I'm done with Zora. I want to see River and ETH. Because Zora take stop losses and then move up. Type of stuff makes you want to fight the pair. Where do you want to go, Chloe? You hold it? Zora hasn't even moved, bro. $20.46. You're gonna close that gap. That's fine. Zora's back inside the rectangle? Jeez. Oh, because you're testing the bottom of it. All right, we can get rid of this. We actually don't need that anymore. Look at Zora. You're testing that. You're gonna flip it to resistance. Puke more. Yeah. What are you gonna do, Chloe? You gonna push up? You gonna push up? Yeah, that's a key level right now for resistance for Chloe, where it had the imbalance. It's now, what appears is it's flipping that area where there was imbalance into resistance. It has to take this area. There has to be volume inside here. Yeah, Zora just goes into this stagnant state. I feel like that's untradeable, man. There's just like no volume. What did Beat do? Is Beat moving? Yeah, look at Beat. Look at that. Man, that would have been juicy. Yeah, I'll come back to Beat when it's ready. Missed that one. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Are there any questions that I can answer for you guys? Got a solid 3 hours, 40 minutes in today. You know, my time is starting to wrap up and you get some grub inside of me. But I'm happy to answer anything for you guys. You guys have any questions, concerns, any last little tidbits? Things that I haven't already answered. Shoot. I will be inside the server. I'll be answering questions. I'll still be having active trades. Usually by the end of the night is typically when I close everything off. So I'll send an announcement inside of VIP so you guys are aware as far as what I'm doing. And a sense of positions, if I'm holding, if I have overnight positions, which most likely won't be, I usually will close them. Yeah, I'll look for ads on close. Zora, really not interested in Zora, to be quite honest with you. I just don't like how it's performing. Me personally. As, brother, you know, you're one of my students. It's crazy. Like, you know the system for stop losses. So if you don't have a specific target, it's 1.01%. That will never change. That will never change. You gotta be like Deadpool here, man. Maximum effort. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you for the time. I appreciate it. Thank you for vibing with me. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for taking some of the positions and the trust that goes behind it. I'm hoping you guys learned something today. You're able to walk away from something from this stream. If you'd be so kind to drop a comment inside the comment section of this stream, something that you learned today or a position that you took, whether you won or you lost, regardless, the feedback is very much welcomed. This allows me to fine tune some of these streams for you guys so I can make them optimal for you when we do spend these 2, 3, 4 hours together. Outside of that, continue to be profitable. If you had a profitable day and if you're sidelined, there's nothing wrong with that. You're still profitable. Be safe above all. And if nobody's told you today, Jesus loves you. I love you. Thank you again. And I'll catch you guys Thursday. We're off tomorrow. I'll catch you guys Thursday. Peace.